Why do farmers earn 1 rupee while we pay 5 rupees? Who profits from the gap? Would we buy a used car from a stranger or trust someone we know? What if every deal we made was with someone we trust? How many skilled professionals remain invisible because they cannot afford to market themselves? How can tech build trusted networks? Or will it become the new middleman? Let's dive into the video. Let's revolutionize. Friends, good day to everyone. Every day, hard-working people lose the share of their work. Think about a farmer. He waits for the right time to plant his crops, and his life is totally dependent on sky and soil. Once planted, every day he wakes up early in the morning, monitors the field, and nurtures his crops. He puts all the effort, dedicating his entire time to make sure that the harvest is successful. But by the time his produce hits the market, a large portion of his earnings is already gone, eaten by someone in the middle. On a popular online grocery store, a tender coconut is sold for 70 rupees. Yet, on the roadside, the coconut vendor sells it for just 40 rupees. So, where does the 30 rupees goes? Who benefits from it? Imagine we want to buy a second-hand car or second-hand gadgets. Mostly, we do not have the option to have direct one-to-one deal. So, what do? We approach this unknown agent. We end up paying extra fees, and we are not quite sure we are getting fair deal both in quality and financial. It is not only we as buyers pay more, but even the seller loses a portion of their profit due to high commission. The whole arrangement not only increases costs, but also creates a system where both the sides are unhappy. So, who is sitting in the middle, profiting from this? Think about skilled professionals like electricians, plumber, or even a talented programmer. They might be good at what they do, but they lack resources to market themselves or set up a shop. Without funds to build a professional image, they mostly depend on this third-party platform, where they are charged steep commissions, due to which their earnings are limited and their reach is restricted. When we book electricians or plumbers from this portal, after finishing the job, they often request the homeowner to call them directly next time. Why? Because the portal takes hefty commission from them and their earnings is lost in the process. So, who is really profiting from all these when these professionals lose a fair amount of share? When middleman is involved in any transaction, the local talents and small businesses are kept away from the customers. The collaborations and relationship between actual producers and consumers have disappeared, and the way of sharing appreciation between them is forgotten. They lose this direct connection. This not only reduces the financial value, but we are also losing opportunity to build a strong, cohesive community through one-to-one direct trade. The corporate brands are building stronger and closer bonds with customers, but local communities are drifting further apart. We often know these big brands. We know the products they offer, but we do not know who actually produced it. As per study, in agricultural supply chains, small-scale farmers lose anywhere from 20 to 40% of their potential earnings due to commission. Skilled professionals like electrician or plumber lose 15 to 20% or even more due to charges by booking portal. Research also indicates buyers end up paying 10 to 15% more than the actual market value. It is time we get help from technology to bring solution. Let's focus on tech solution. First of all, why people prefer these big corporate retailers? because they offer three key things: brand, trust, and convenience. But in the corporate world, brand and trust is created through heavy repeated marketing and deep money. Before we talk about this marketing strategy, let's analyze how information is fed into our system. First method is, imagine there is a white paper and we are writing something on it using a pen with a light ink. If we write the same thing again and again on top of itself, the imprint becomes stronger even though the ink is light. This is repeated marketing. Second method is, make the ink of the pen darker. For example, add emotions, fear to stories, then also the imprint becomes stronger. Corporate brands uses both the above methods, as seen in the advertisement, to create trust and the brand. Once they establish the brand, they pass on high premium to consumers and they charge high commission to sellers. Both seller and consumer are in loss. Think about it. The produce we purchase from a famous brand might actually come from our own village. The second-hand car which we bought today from an agent could be the very same car our neighbor sold just a few days before. The technical course which we subscribed from a so-called premium institution might very well be taught by our own community professional. Who really benefits from all this? Now, imagine a world where every transaction takes place between friends, neighbors, and community members. A world where we sell our produce, second-hand car, or professional service directly to someone we know, thereby avoiding extra fees and building genuine trust. It is like a marketplace where every transaction strengthens bond and increases local growth. How about a mobile app that leverages our connections to achieve this? In this platform, when we want to sell our product or service, we post it among our trusted connections, thereby reaching direct contacts as well as second-degree connections. In the other end, when we want to buy a product or service, instead of going through listings from unknown seller, the platform shows us the post from the people we already know, friends, neighbors, or someone with just one connection away. Here, there is no strangers, no middlemen, just trusted connections. It is like having our own local decentralized marketplace where every transaction feels personal and secure. Since every one of us has tons of contact in our mobile and not every contact we trust or rely upon, the platform allows us to post or see listings only from the connections we trust. And with just a tap, the platform allows us to chat directly with the seller, to ask questions, negotiate details, or to build confidence in the deal. Since both the parties know each other, the conversation would be smooth and transparent. After the transaction, the seller could arrange the delivery directly through the platform, or we could get it done by ourselves from one of our connection who offers transportation service. We could even make the delivery task open for bidding, so that multiple contacts from our connection can bid for the service. This ensures competitive pricing and reliable service. It also benefits us in another way. If we are into delivery business, we gain access to local delivery tasks right from our network. Ultimately, this whole arrangement forms a circular economy, from selling and buying to delivery, reinforces the involvement of community and build trust. It is not only about this individual transaction, it also benefits small and medium businesses. These enterprises, instead of relying on costly middlemen, they can directly connect with their communities, demonstrating their products and services. In a market dominated by big brands, this trust-based approach levels the playing field and empowers the local businesses to thrive. Let's see a few examples. Suppose if a local car owner who wants to sell a car posts the details in the platform. Across town, a known, trusted friend who is looking to buy a second-hand car discovers the post and messages her directly. Soon enough, the transaction is complete. It is fair, smooth, and transparent. Consider a farmer who grows organic tomato in his farm. Posts his harvest in the platform. His neighbor, who values fresh produce, discovers the post and calls the farmer directly. Again, fair transaction takes place. These are not exchanges. It is like community coming together eliminating unnecessary cost and celebrating trust. And technology here is not just a tool, it's a catalyst. Will this solution completely remove the middle level? No, that is not possible, and that is not the intention. But it empowers people to have more choices and avoid being completely dependent on single source. It increases negotiating power and puts the power back into our hands, strengthen the community on trust and transparency. As a proof, we will highlight some of the key technologies already available in the market and connect the dots. Let's check it out. The proposed solution here represents a conceptual vision. It may not be flawless, but its true purpose is to raise awareness, spark global discussion, and inspire even greater ideas. Every exchange should be complete. Let's make every deal fair, trusted, and community driven. Thank you.